your head out of the clouds. Adam, you and I checked out a game coming to early access on Steam, and it's called Cloud Gardens. It's a unique, I don't even know if you call it a puzzle game or just a relaxing Zen garden sim.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird to kind of describe this game. Basically, you're given a platform, and then from there, you get these little, like almost a ball of greenery, and then you plant it, and then from there it grows out, and you want to keep growing to fill up your meter to move on to the next level. Like it's man, I've never
definitely
played
different.
Absolutely, right? Like, I've never played anything like this, and it's kind of a weird one to talk about too. Like, what was your overall impressions, Adam?
Yeah, like you, when I first started, you kind of get in the first level and there's a big street sign. And you're like, what's going on? There's very little direction, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, there's like a seed. You click the seed and you kind of throw it on the sign and it starts growing. So it took me a couple levels to figure it out that you kind of got to grow these plants across your whole building or ground or car or whatever obstacle they give you. And then eventually you pass the level by growing more and more flowers, essentially.
Overall, yeah, I think the overall goal is to grow as much as you can and to flower and bloom as much as possible, right? So as you progress further along, you're given other things. So flowers will blossom, and then you click on the flower, and then that flower will go over to this corner that fills up like a meter that allows you to get other flower plants to keep going. And then you put like signs on top of signs, and it cuts off branches, but yet it grows in other sections. Like, man, this is honestly, just take a look at the gameplay in the background, because this one is one of the weirdest games I think I played in a long time.
But you know what? I must say, I did start off a little weary, and then I played it for about 3 straight hours last night. Because it does get addictive, you know. I know you're a big art guy. Did you find you were being artistic with it, or were you just chucking everything out?
I was just chucking. Yeah, I wasn't actually taking my time of focusing on anything. I was just like, nope, throw it here, we'll throw it there, and see what I can do. But it did take me a bit to kind of figure out, what am I supposed to do in the first place, right?
Yeah,
it's so weird to think that you're just growing a plant on the side of a building or a car or wherever, and then you're throwing junk on top of it. And that's like it's just bizarre that this is actually somebody's creation. But it's, again though, like you said, right, 3 hours last night, and you just kind of kept going. You get in the flow of, well, where can I grow this thing next? And you want to keep going and see what happens, and what's the next level, and what's the next level after that. All in all, like, I kind of thought it was cool.
Definitely, it does get progressively a little harder and harder, right? It's not just easy. I did find a couple times it lagged out. I don't know if you found that. Like, when I unlocked the cactus seed, I hit the box, the seed showed up, and then it was like you couldn't do anything. So there was a couple times where I did have to restart, but it did play pretty well.
No, it was smooth. What do you think of the overall art direction? It kind of gave me that Minecraft touch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was kind of like in between that. The graphics weren't great, but the graphics weren't bad type thing. I mean, when the plants grow, it looks good, and all the flowers, they all react nicely. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, it was cool. It's got this 8-bit feel to it, right? It's kind of it's chunky, but yeah, it's kind of stylized at the same time.
Right, exactly.
So as we play along, you unlock certain items, and you take those items into the sandbox mode, Adam. So basically what it is you are creating your own level in a sense, and you're able to put on buildings, and you can use ladders and other things you've acquired as you progress through the somewhat of a campaign, I guess you would call it. And then you just produce your own level. I thought it was kind of neat to sit and figure out what you want to do, but it was kind of limited because the platform itself is so small, right? It's just like the levels. Right. So you can't put a ton of stuff on there without it actually falling off the platform. So it's I don't know, it's something cool to see that was added into the game as well.
Right.
All right, Adam, I think that is it for this artistic stylized game, Cloud Gardens. You gonna recommend or not recommend this one?
You know what? I'm gonna recommend it. It's definitely a game for a specific type of person, maybe
Sure.
the artsy person. But there is a gamer out there who's gonna like this one. I say check it out. I'm gonna play it a bit more for sure.
Yeah, you know what? I think, man, honestly, this is weird. Part of me wants to go no, and then part of me is like, yeah, absolutely. So it is very stylized, right? So you're either gonna, I think you're either gonna like it or you're not gonna like it. But for me, if you have a bit of that time where you're looking to just chill and relax, I'm gonna recommend it as well, man. This one's just different. It's cool.
Nice.
A new twist on post-apocalyptic gardening. Neither of us knew what to expect, but found ourselves hooked within the game to go further. Cloud Gardens is unique. Check it out.